Hello students of class 10. Today we are going to discuss some numerical from different forms of energy. Okay, first discuss the important formula of this chapter. Gravitational potential energy of a body having mass m is given by mgh, and the height from the surface of earth of this mass m will be h. Okay, so then the potential energy is mgh. Now our convention of potential energy will be, if the body is moved upward from the earth's surface, then the potential energy will be positive, and the body, if the body is moved downward from the earth's surface, then the potential energy of the body will be negative. Okay, now the next formula is kinetic energy of a body is given by half mv square, where m is the mass of the body and v is the velocity of the body. Next, the relation between kinetic energy and momentum of the particle, which is given by k equals to p square by 2m, and p is also given by root over 2 multiplied by m multiplied by kinetic energy of that body. Okay, now work done is given by F multiplied by S. It is the simple form when force is applied along the displacement of the body. But when force is not applied along the displacement of the body, then there is another general formula which is given by W equals to Fs cos theta. Now there is problem number 5, which is 5-star formula for this chapter, work energy theorem. Work energy theorem is basically work done by a force is equals to change in kinetic energy of that body. That means work done on that body by a force is equals to change in kinetic energy, means kinetic energy of final minus kinetic energy of initial, that is given by change in kinetic energy. Suppose I am considering that a body starts its motion with a velocity u, that means u is the initial velocity. So kinetic energy of that body is given by half mu square, that is the initial kinetic energy, and after applying a force, the velocity of the body increased and it becomes v. So the final velocity of that body is v, so final kinetic energy of that body is half mv square. So the change in kinetic energy will be half mv square minus half mu square, that is equals to work done on the body. Okay, now let me discuss the problem number 1. A body of mass 5 kg falls from a height of 10 meter to 4 meter. Calculate the loss in potential energy of that body and the total energy possessed by the body at any instant. Take the value of g is 10 meter per second square. Now the body is initially at 10 meter and the final position of that body at 4 meter. Okay, now initial potential energy is given by mg h1. In place of h1 I have to put 10 meter. So mass is 5 kg, value of g is 10 meter per second square, and h is 10 meter. So initial potential energy is given by 500 joule. Now the final potential energy mgh2, h2 is 4 meter, so the final potential energy is 200 joule. So loss in potential energy is 500 minus 200 joule, 300 joule. Now the second question is total energy possessed by the body at any instant. So the question has simple answer. The total mechanical energy is conserved under gravity. Initially potential energy is 500 joule and kinetic energy is 0 because there is no velocity in that body. Okay, so half mv square will be 0. So total mechanical energy of that body is 500 plus 0, that means 500 joule. So obviously that at any instant the body has energy 500 joule. Okay, now this is the answer, this is the simple answer. Now let me prove this one. Now here it comes. Suppose consider the body moves from point A to point B. At point A height is 10 meter, so it has potential energy of 500 joule, and at point B and at point A kinetic energy is 0 because it is at rest. But when it moves from point A to point B, the kinetic energy value is obviously greater than 0, and the body is at a height 4 meter. So potential energy also changes. So now let me calculate that the work done by the gravitational force. So mg is always acted downwards, so the work done by the gravitational force will be force multiplied by displacement. So here the distance from the ground is 10 meter, and here at point B the distance from the ground is 4 meter. So the displacement AB is given by 6 meter obviously. So work done is given by mg, that means force applied, gravitational force applied on that body, multiplied by displacement. So 5 multiplied by 10 and displacement is 6. So total work done on that body by gravitational force is 300 joule. Okay, now work energy, by work energy theorem, change in kinetic energy will be the kinetic energy at point B minus kinetic energy at point A equals to work done on that body. So K2 minus K is W. Now K minus 0 equals to 300. Okay, that is the work done is 300. So now value of K is 300. Now potential energy at point B is mgh, that means 200. So the total mechanical energy at point B is 300 plus 200. Total mechanical energy means sum of potential and kinetic energy. Okay, so potential energy is 200 joule and kinetic energy is 300 joule. So the total energy at point B is also 500 joule. That is the proof. You can write the answer only by telling that the total mechanical energy is conserved. So the total energy at any instant will be 500 joule. I am just showing you the proof. Okay, now let me discuss problem number 2. Calculate the decrease in kinetic energy of moving body if its velocity reduces to half of its initial velocity. Decrease in kinetic energy, okay, kinetic energy of a moving body. So let us consider first the initial velocity of that body is v and mass is m. So kinetic energy will be half mv square, that is I am considering it k1, and then the velocity becomes half, so that means v by 2. So the kinetic energy becomes half multiplied by m multiplied by v by 2 whole square. So it will become half mv square by 4, that means k1 by 4. So change in kinetic energy will be k1 minus k1 by 4, it will be 3 by 4 k1. So the decrease in kinetic energy will be 3 by 4 times of initial kinetic energy. Okay, now let me first tell you the what is the problem. There is a inclined plane here and a force of 100 Newton is pulled up this body, and this length of that inclined plane or the slanted height is 5 meter and the vertical height from the ground is 3 meter. Okay, so you have to find that what is the work done by the force F in moving the block A 5 meter along the slope. Okay, so obviously the work done will be force multiplied by displacement. So force is 100 Newton and displacement is 5 meter, so work done is 500 joule. Now it is asked that the increase in potential energy when the body is at this point, initial point, the height from the ground is 0, so the potential energy will be mgh. In place of h we have to put 0, so the initial potential energy is 0. When finally the body reaches here, top of the inclined plane, the height of that body from ground is 3 meter, so potential energy of that body becomes 100 multiplied by 3, because the weight of the body is 100, that means mg means 100 Newton and height is 3 meter. So final potential energy is 300 joule minus 0, that means 300 joule is the increase in potential energy. Now the question arises here, account for the difference in work done by the force and the increase in potential energy of the block. Okay, so the 200 joule energy is used for doing the work against the frictional force. Okay, now let me discuss what is frictional force. When that body moves along the inclined plane in that direction, the frictional force always acts opposite to the body's motion. So the body is moving along upward, so obviously the frictional force is acting along downward direction, frictional force. Okay, so this is our frictional force. So understand, the body is displaced upward but the frictional force is acting downward, so the work done by the frictional force will be negative. So if we calculate the resultant work done, then the work done by the applied force is 500 joule and work done by the frictional force is some negative value, that is obviously equals to 200 joule. That means the resultant work done by all the forces in the system will be 500 joule, which is work done by applied force, plus the negative work done by frictional force, which is 200 joule, is the resultant value of the work done will be 300 joule. So that is the 300 joule. So the increase in potential energy is 300 joule. I think I have cleared the concept of negative work done, and combining those concepts you can understand easily why the potential energy is increased by 300 joule, not 500 joule. Okay, because frictional force is a dissipative force. Always you have to spend some energy to overcome the friction force. Okay, thank you.